local community-based multifocal project initiated through the building of a microhydro dam in Kampung Bantul, Sabah. The objective of the project is to address a community-based watershed management system and the conservation and sustainable use of biodiversity. It also aims to utilize renewable energy for sustainable livelihood while reducing the use of fossil fuels and mitigating the impacts of climate change. Kampung Bantul is approximately 320 kilometers from Kota Kinabalu, the state capital of Sabah, but less than a kilometer from the border with Kalimantan, Indonesia. Its remoteness has denied this geographically isolated village of power supply, a major cause of underdevelopment and poverty. Kampung Bantul is accessible by road from Kota Kinabalu until Salong, a town approximately 3.5 hours away. The rest of the journey is a 3-hour boat ride along Sungai Longgongan. The local indigenous Murut community is dependent upon their immediate environment for their livelihood. The village is endowed with natural resources, especially a dense forest, providing a water catchment that ensures an all-year-round flow of water. Building a microhydro dam for clean energy seemed like the most ideal solution for the 12 households residing here. Training was conducted to build the capacity of the local community to ensure successful implementation and management of the microhydro system. Through the participation in building, managing and maintaining of the microhydro facility, the community came to understand the principles of watershed management, power and its uses, and the operation and maintenance of a microhydro system. A site expedition was conducted to collect data on compatible water pressure to run the turbines. A suitable site was then identified when the water source tested there showed compatible results. A groundbreaking ceremony was held in accordance to the indigenous Murut tradition and custom. This was performed by the village headman to ensure a successful construction of the microhydro system. The powerhouse is located across the river from the village. Long boats like this were used to commute between the powerhouse and the village. Clearing work was carried out to prepare for the powerhouse site. The women folk also helped to carry building materials. Local youth worked together to clear and level the ground for the construction site. Logistics proved to be the toughest phase as machinery and construction materials had to be ferried by boats. Tackling the foaming rapids was an arduous task to transport the construction materials and machinery. The water pipes were connected from the reservoir along the slopes of the hills to the site of the powerhouse. It took more than 10 able-bodied men to move the machinery from one place to another. Once across the river, they hauled the machinery up to the powerhouse site. Finally, the machinery was set in place on the site. Then it was time to lay the high-pressure pipes. And putting up the wiring for lighting and power outlets. Regular meetings were held to discuss project planning, development, and financial management. Monitoring and evaluation sessions were conducted throughout the project period. The children pored over the photos taken during the construction. The official inauguration of the microhydro system took place on 25 May 2006. The Pensiangan Member of Parliament, YB Bernard Marat, arrived for the official opening. The Pensiangan's Member of Parliament officially declared the microhydro system operational. He was given a briefing on the technical operations and shown how the turbine system works. That night, the children watched the events of the day on a laptop and were entertained by programs on the television. Now that they were provided with power supply, the women folk gathered to assess their needs. They could now make handicraft or process food at night without relying on diesel-powered generators for lighting, and providing them with an extra source of income as they could continue working in the night. And so it was, power at last for the remote Murut village.